Hi, Leo. Welcome to Pandora Astrology's monthly horoscope for September of 2020. Mars has gone retrograde for real now. And also, we have Mercury and Venus moving fast and direct, which is great, and a couple of moons to tell you about. Hey, Julia, what's up with that Mars for Leo right now?
Oh, well, hey there, Leo. So, Mars, the planet of action, the planet of anger, it's going retrograde on September 9th in your ninth house of higher mind. So, this house rules beliefs. So, when Mars goes retrograde, we tend to encounter more frustrations and more flare ups. So,
Yeah.
you could get into a fight with somebody over beliefs that you hold very, very dear, whether they're political beliefs or, let's say, they're religious beliefs, for example. And you yourself might be extra bombastic too. Um, and the ninth house also rules legal matters,
Hmm.
education, and travel. So you might even encounter more frustrations, delays, and problems with any of those areas too during this cycle.
Yeah.
And then
Hmm.
between September 10th and 12th this month, all of the outer planets are going retrograde, including Mars. So I'm telling everybody that this is not a great month to start something new, especially close to that window of time,
Yeah.
because when you have a lot of retrogrades on a whole new beginning, it tends to mean that things are going to get a little squirrely.
Yeah.
That later will be a better time for new things. And then Jamie and I also made a whole video about Mars triggering the pandemic hot degree in our 2020 news playlist. So if you want to see how this retrograde cycle is going to affect the world at large, I highly recommend that video. And then moving on, Mercury, the planet of communication, the planet of mentation, is moving direct and fast this month. It enters Libra on September 5th, which is your third house of communication. When Mercury's in the third house, it's not just communication, but it also is your local surroundings. It's just going to be kind of a busy time period. You might be blocked in sort of more long range travel, but in terms of just going around your neighborhood, doing lots of errands, or taking little short trips to the beach or to the park, you're going to be pretty busy.
Yeah.
This is also a great transit for communicating well with your neighbors, communicating well with your siblings, who are all ruled by this house. Then
Hmm.
Venus, the planet of beauty and relationships, she's also moving direct and fast this month. She enters Leo also between September 5th and 6th, which is your first house. And this is really good news because she's
Yeah.
going to be there for most of the month. And when Venus is in the first, that means you're going to be looking really good to everybody else. And any type of thing which you might need to, if you want to work on your personal style, if you want to get a new haircut, if you need to make a good first impression on someone,
Mm.
then this is definitely a great month to do it.
Yeah, so true. I love that. So we have a couple of moons to look at. There is a full moon right at the beginning of the month here in Pisces in your eighth house. And that will be opposite to the sun in your second house. And the sun will be pulling for very practical considerations. And it has a lot of support in the form of a grand trine with Pallas Athena here and Uranus there. And so this side of this lunation is very practical and very grounded. But that moon is pulling very hard into some deeply psychological terrain. And it's really pushing for a feel of compassion, of sensitivity, of awareness, of universal love and nurture to pour into the intimate spaces of your life. So that would really suggest that for you in particular, this is a really good moon for having intimate conversations with those in your life and balancing those with concrete actions. You may find that there's a better atmosphere of compassion during this moon and really for the 3 days surrounding it there on September 1st. But that also you can actually do something with the outcome of those conversations. Um, and then the other moon is coming on the 17th right here, and I'm going to set this for the 16th because it makes it easier to see. That falls in your second house, which, as I said before, is a much more practical house. It's a house of money, it's a house of food and body, the things that connect us to the physical world, also safety and security. And the new moon falling there suggests that it's time for some new beginnings in that area. And what I love about this new moon, which I've dubbed integrity holds the key, what I love about it is that when it forms, around 24 degrees, 25 degrees of Virgo, it forms such a beautiful trine over here to Pluto and Saturn, which are sitting right there, very near the pandemic hot degree that they formed earlier this year. So I think that this moon can bring a lot of solace, a lot of comfort, and sort of lift the burden for a time of the oppressive feel of this pandemic year. And for you in particular, that might involve something to do with money or something that yields a soothing feeling of security. Another thing about new moons is that they are great times for planting seeds that will not necessarily be visible right away, but will sprout in the future. So plant some financial seeds, um, especially if opportunities come along during this moon. Well, that's what we have for you, Leo. A reading this month would really have to cover a variety of topics because there isn't any one thing in particular that is going on for you. So probably just a plain old natal and transit reading where you can ask a ton of questions about a variety of areas of life would do the trick. And you can find it at pandoraastrology.com/services. And you'll always find our horoscopes at pandoraastrology.com/horoscopes and our news of the month on our YouTube channel, Pandora Astrology. We love making these horoscopes for you. We hope you enjoy them, and we'll see you around the cosmos. Until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.